A big lesson for brands is you've got to try and step away from your own content, try and not judge it yourself. Unless you're the target audience, your opinion doesn't really matter.
We're in Amsterdam. We're here for IBC. Yeah, it's been going on this is the 5th day, I think.
What is the panel you're speaking on?
Understanding the consumption habits of Gen Z.
Do you say Gen Z or Gen Z?
I never categorise people into these ridiculous names, yeah.
Do you know Amsterdam well?
I'm a fan of the place. I've been here to some events before. It's another powerhouse from a social and content point of view. Massively over-indexes on its global sort of social ability.
Why is that?
It just is, in the way that, I mean, London is the dominant one still. There's more global social companies come out of London than anywhere else. But Amsterdam, certainly in the top 5, top 3 or 4. Yeah, there's some talent here. Heineken are based here, Netflix are based here. There's a lot of big brands.
Netflix are based here?
They've got the European headquarters at least.
So do you think Netflix and chill originated from Amsterdam?
Okay, good point.
Probably did.
Yeah, probably meant something very different there.
I don't know what you're talking about. Name your favourite things about Dutch culture.
I love how good their English is.
Normally better than some English people.
Definitely. If I was going to be another nationality, I think Dutch would be right up there for me. All these companies. This is quite a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Do you think Elon Musk's here?
I doubt it.
Made out of flowers. That's so cute. What's this?
That's for you?
A bag full of money?
Well, not that, but were you aware of the fact that on your badge you can get 25 free drinks?
25 free drinks? You're trying to get me drunk?
Right.
I don't know if I can handle that, but... Please, may I have a bonbon?
Yes, please.
Thank you. A lot of strange tech stalls here. Loads of different sort of video tech, audio tech, streaming stuff. All quite cool, you know? Seems to be very futuristic, odd.
Because you always speak, so I whisper.
Like from everything in terms of like creating that, like obviously like the storyline evolving. Is that at the forefront when you're making creative decisions?
No, the content will be first. Every bit of content we've ever produced is niche content for everybody. Like everything we do for Amazon, we might produce 1,000 bits of content a month. It's all really, really specific to a specific audience with a specific topic. We do not believe in general content. I think the audience has moved to a place where they require niche content. They require personalised content.
But yeah, hopefully we can just interplay. Like, don't necessarily wait for me to ask a question. If there's no kind of strong questions from the audience, then I think what you guys can offer would be more valuable.
Yeah. I'm Aaron, I'm one of the co-founders of the Goat agency. We're the leading influencer agency globally. The vast majority of what we do happens on social media, not just to this generation, but we obviously get a huge amount of insight into what these young kids are doing.
So Aaron, you don't actually agree with the term Generation Z, do you?
I just don't use it. We've never really used any of these terms. I actually think people are broken down into niche interests over age groups, and everything we try and do is niche content to niche audiences at scale. So if you're talking to a League of Legends community, you need to use someone who has the authority to talk specifically to that League of Legends community. Just because they're a gamer doesn't mean that they've got authority to talk about that. Those generations of kids are moving in 2 or 3 year brackets at this point in time. And I think TikTok's the next platform that's coming. Every new platform that pops up, everyone's reaction is, oh yeah, but that's just kids. 2 or 3 years time, that platform age up, becomes a full platform where everyone's spending money. The reason it's every 2 or 3 years and not every 10 years or every 15 years is because no 14-year-old wants to be on the same platform as their 17 or 18-year-old brother or sister. If their parents are on that platform, forget it. I think the last 15 years we've been digital natives. I think these kids now are social natives to a point that we can't quite understand. I'm 32, I was 19 when I joined my first social network. If you're 8 now, you're on one. And so imagine how synced into this you're going to be in 10 years' time. It's going to be so natural to you, so native. So I think it's about specific niches, and then if you are going to do it in age brackets, it's got to be much shorter age brackets. I'm very rarely sat in business meetings with kids. I'm sat there with adults, usually in their 40s and 50s, and often talking about content that's made for a younger audience and trying to get brand directors and CMOs and CEOs to leave their own opinion completely out of the room, I think is absolutely critical, because if it's wrong, the audience rejects it immediately. If a 15-year-old sees something and goes, this is not for us, you're finished with them. So you've got to be authentic, but then how the hell do you know what is? And so trying to bring people from that audience into that creative decision making, with it, we've got an average age of 24, but we've got kids and we've got older people and we've got people that are into all sorts of different things. And when we're looking at that product, whoever is most into that thing is likely to have more of a say on it. And so a big lesson for brands is you've got to try and step away from your own content, try and not judge it yourself. Unless you're the target audience, your opinion doesn't really matter.
Right, let's get to the airport, get through, stable for some calls.
See you tomorrow.
Well, have a safe flight, Matthew.
You too.
I will see you the other side.
I hope the electrics don't turn off.
Right, I don't really know why I'm recording this, but yeah, all the electrics have just gone in this plane. They've just told us that the fire engine's going to be waiting on the runway. Alright, see you later, I suppose. Oh shit.
I'll see you at Pit Week.